So for the second time this Easter long weekend, Donald Trump has put out an absolutely insane press release attacking the quote-unquote radical left crazies. He's attacking the radical left crazies, you and me, and everyone that believes in reality, because he feels the fake news media is denying the fact that he's still the rightful occupant of the White House, because he won in 2020. And so this morning, he put out the following. He said, "Happy Easter to all, including the radical left crazies who ring their presidential election and want to destroy our country." And this was preceded a couple days ago on April 2nd by this longer statement, but basically saying the same thing, saying, "Why is it that every time the 2020 election fraud is discussed, the fake news media consistently states that such charges are baseless, unfounded, unwarranted, etc.? Sadly, there was massive fraud in the 2020 election, and very many angry people understand that. With each passing day, and unfortunately for the radical left crazies, more and more facts are coming out. Other than that, happy Easter." Right? Like, this is bonkers, guys. First, there's a bunch to talk about here. First, this is supposedly a Christian man. Donald Trump is supposedly a, born-again evangelical Christian who found God and represent Christian values and represents Christian Americans. And these statements are taking a holy holiday. Easter is the holiest holiday on the Christian calendar, and he's turning it into a moment for political attack. He's turning one of the holiest moments, a sacred moment in the life of Christ, and turning it into a political attack on half the country, really more than half the country, because more than half the country believes that Joe Biden is president. Right? He's attacking so many people here on a holy holiday. It's deeply disrespectful and it's deeply delusional. We also have to read into that first statement a little bit, because he's saying very many angry people understand this. And that is Donald Trump justifying January 6th all over again. Because if you remember, on that day, he stayed silent while his staffers begged him to say something, while Kevin McCarthy was calling him, begging him to say something while the thugs were at the door. Trump was like, "Nah, bro." And eventually when he did, he basically said, "I understand why you're angry. You're all great. You're all special, but it's time to go home. Law and order, blah, blah, blah." But the subtext was, "I'm just saying this because I have to. You guys are all great, and I support what you did on January 6th. And Donald Trump, retrospectively here, is saying, he's looking back and saying, very many angry people are rightfully angry, and what they're doing is reasonable because the radical left crazies and the fake news media are lying to them." And that's what Donald Trump is saying. So he's justifying this dangerous, violent anger from his own base through these press releases. He might not say it exactly, but that dog whistle isn't for us radical left crazies. It's for the MAGA crowd, right? Like, that's what we're talking about here. We also have to talk about how Donald Trump is pathetic. It's just textbook pathetic, guys, because the fact of the matter is he is absolutely trapped in the past. He cannot admit his own faults, and he cannot admit that he lost the election. Can't do it. Can't do it. We heard him at the wedding, his wedding crash speech, right? Where he took over a wedding to complain about this. He just can't admit it. He's so pathetic, guys. This is the epitome of a rich white boy who never had any challenges and never had any responsibilities. And so whenever something went wrong, it was someone else's fault. It was his staffer's fault. It was his housekeeper's fault. It was his parents' fault. It was his children's fault. It was his many wives' fault, but it's never been his fault. And so all of his failures in business and in life and in politics, he can't learn from them, because he can never admit he made mistakes. And that's Donald Trump. So it's very ironic that a man trying to resurrect his political career basically showed everyone on Easter, a holiday of resurrection, why he never had the character or the morals to be president in the first place. If Donald Trump keeps doing this, not only is he going to sink his own political career, he's going to continuously remind swing voters why they should never, ever vote Republican again.